Hey everyone, how we doing today? This is James Sweeney, aka SplitSuit, and today I want to look at a hand posted on the Red Chip Poker forums that I thought was pretty interesting. This was posted by Blade76, who's dealt 7-6 suited. He's playing 25 no limit online, and in this hand it folds to him on the button. He steals, small blind decides to make a pretty small 3-bet to $1.50. The big blind calls, and here decides to call as well. And so far everything's looking totally standard. Preflop call is definitely okay. The big blind is shaping up to be very fishy. 39% VPAP over 120 hands. The small blind, only a 6-hand sample, but he's played half of his hands so far. So definitely never going to be folding here, especially with that smaller 3-bet size. And in this situation, we end up flopping a huge hand with a pair, with a gut shot, with a flush draw. So huge hand, and we actually end up facing pretty much a pot-sized bet from the small blind and a call from the big blind, and it's hero's option, and he's asking what should he do. So Blade76, my first thought is obviously never going to be folding, so it's just simply are we going to call or are we going to shove? And in a situation like this, there's obviously a pretty long discussion happening in this thread about whether or not we should do one or the other, and my personal opinion is that we should be jamming here. And one of the big issues of flatting is this. There's really two. First and foremost, if we call and the turn is a, say, Queen of Hearts and we face a jam, what are we doing? The other thing is if we improve to a 6 or an 8 on the turn, which definitely does still improve our hand, does that then massively diminish our implied odds? And I think there's a reason to think that it could, because both of those cards put a 4 straight on board. And whenever you have a 4 straight on board, I think it massively reduces your implied odds because everyone can see that 4 straight on board. Is someone really going to get super ampy about giving you action when you get active and all of a sudden that 4 straight just improved? And I think that there's a possibility that we lose some action later down the line. So this is just one of those where we have a huge hand, we have huge equity. If the small blind ever like bet fold with something like ace king, I'm okay with that. Are either of them ever going to fold like a big hand like a tens or an aces or any sort of like ace king of spades? No. But by the same token, I'm totally okay with that. We always have a very large grip of equity, and this is just a situation where I think we should be jamming it in. I don't want to call and put myself into a bad situation on turns or rivers where it bricks off and all of a sudden I'm facing a shove and all of a sudden it's not great. So my thing, jam it in now, hope for the best, and rock and roll from there. It's really just a math decision. You can pull out a fold equity calculator and proof this. You don't really need very many folds at all. And while you're probably not going to get many folds, you always have like really solid equity, and I'm just expecting this to be fine overall. So hopefully that answers your question, Blade. Thanks so much for posting this hand, and if anyone else has a hand or question, feel free to pop it in the forum as well. We'll get to them as soon as we can. And if you have any questions, just don't hesitate to let me know. Otherwise, good luck out there, and happy grinding.